The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Welcome to the SWC Podcast Studio. It is Tuesday. Let's call it Victory Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
That win on Sunday was so sweet. We're going to carry it on over. I am Kurt Daniels, sitting in the big boy chair for our fearless leader, Shannon Gross. He's in Vegas, up to God knows what kind of debauchery he's in. We hope he makes it back. But this isn't your normal hanging with the boys. It's a mix and match kind of week. Okay. I'm calling this hanging in the Cowboys Lounge. What do you think about that?
All right. I love it.
Hey,
I like what you did right there.
I'm joined by Cowboys great and always impeccably dressed.
I appreciate that.
Barry Church from the Players Lounge.
Yes, indeed.
And our walking encyclopedia of Cowboys history, Cowboys.com columnist, the great Nick Eatman.
Thank you.
From Cowboys Break is here as well, man. It's great to be with you guys.
I know. I'm excited about this little switcheroo that we did this week. So
Yeah,
I had said earlier I had never worked with Barry before.
Same.
Really hadn't worked much with you.
Not a lot.
Not
Never
on
worked
this.
with Barry,
No,
so-
first time for everything.
Yeah,
There we
so
go.
let's hope we can keep it on the rails here. We're not sure. So
Just maybe.
I think we're going to take some calls. That's a normal hanging thing. Is we take calls
Yeah,
on
we're
Tuesday.
playing by your rules today.
So, all right,
Hanging with the
cool.
boys.
But
Dealer's choice.
before we get into that, Chris, I heard some phones ringing back there already, so we'll get there quick. But talk me off the ledge here on Dak. We okay? We all right?
You know what? I'm going to sit here and say I think we're all right.
Yep.
I think we're all right. We got a great bye week that came just in time. If we had like one of those quick Thursday turnarounds, I'm not sure he'd be able
Like
to go
the Browns
in there like
are
the
doing.
Browns. And then,
man.
my boy, man, Baker Mayfield with that shoulder. I'm not sure. There's a lot.
all the running
Kareem
backs are
Hunt,
out.
Chubb.
and they have calf injuries.
Yeah, and it's wild because that's what Gallup hurt too, right?
Yeah.
Was his calf, and it took him out for a while. So
Still out.
yeah, and he's still out there. So and he hasn't even been practicing either, right? So I mean, so it's definitely a little bit worrisome. But the bye week has come in at a perfect time, I believe.
Yeah.
And give him extra time to rest. I'm sure they'll have their training staff at his house, doing
Yeah.
24 hour
Yeah.
just rehab and getting them right and getting them ready. He said he would be able to keep going if that overtime didn't end like it did. So I take
Well,
that
he
with a
was
grain of
limping
salt.
after that game,
Yeah, he had a
right?
walking boot as well. So it's going to be tough, but I think he'll be all right.
There's different types of calf injuries, obviously, different types of players. They heal from them and all that kind of stuff. But I'll say this, though. It does worry me a little bit because the calf injury is not too far from the ankle, Achilles, that kind of stuff. You got to be real careful pushing. And I know this just because I had my own calf injury, and I'm not on the same level athletically as anybody.
Oh, come on. Now.
No, I'm serious. But it's been 2 years. I'm still dealing with it because I didn't handle it the right way.
Yeah.
But you just got to be careful. And I was told by a lot of doctors, be careful because the more work you put on it when it's not ready, that's going to lead to other things.
Yeah.
So I will be surprised. I hate saying this. This doesn't keep you off the ledge. I'll be surprised if he plays Minnesota. I'm going to be surprised, but he's Dak, and he knows his body and he knows he can do it. But the calf injury, it just kind of worries me a little bit.
Yeah,
And I think they have to look big picture here.
Yeah.
I mean, they have the division basically wrapped up.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah.
You wrap it up. You're just going to go print off the banner.
3-game lead already.
I'm with you on that. It's over with.
If he has to miss the Vikings game, and they got
Here's how they have the
big picture.
Okay, here's how they have the division locked up. If the three of those teams battle each other, which they usually do.
Yeah.
If Washington, the Eagles, and the Giants, you don't want the Giants to just tank or whatever. You just keep playing. Just ball out and beat each other up. If that happens, if one team just takes off, which I don't know who it would be.
Yeah.
I thought it might be Philly. But if one team kind of takes off and then kind of puts pressure on you, Washington could be the team that could affect them because if they somehow figure it out and get hot, they play the Cowboys twice. They could beat you twice, and they could jump right back into the mix. But I'm with you. I don't see it happening, but you know,
not believing that.
Okay, if they all kind of beat each other up, but I mean, I don't know if this is the time to rest people, but it just would surprise me if Dak can come back in one 2 weeks like this.
You know, obviously played through your share of injuries, I'm sure. And being a leader on that defense, is there going to be pressure on Dak to come back?
Yeah, there's always going to be pressure, especially when you're the leader of that team, leader of that franchise. Guys are going to be wanting you out there because with him, there's such a belief with the players that no matter what the score is, you can be down 20, with 20 seconds left, but as long as you got 4 out there, you got a chance to win. So the guys are always going to want him out there, and I hearken it back to when I was playing with Sean Lee. He was a guy. He was like our Dak Prescott on the defensive side of the ball. When he went down and didn't play, I mean, everything kind of fell apart, and everybody was just like, "Man, what are we gonna do now? We don't got Lee here." But when he was there, we can beat everybody. The sky's the limit with us. So I definitely think there's gonna be a little bit of pressure with the players coming back.
I'm laughing just because I'm like, didn't y'all get used to it?
You gonna do him like that?
No, I'm sorry. But, I mean, hey, Sean Lee could have been. I mean, he could have been Ring of Honor all the way. I mean, he reminds me a little bit of Van Der Esch in that reason, just because it's like and it was always bad luck too. It wasn't like he wasn't. I mean, Sean was one of the toughest guys ever. He had some bad luck to happen to him.
I mean, look at the offseason when Zach and they were going. Martin, it was the ACL's gone, hamstrings.
The San Diego game when they were in San Diego, it was like 2013 maybe.
Yeah, that was my first year starting, so it was 13. Yep.
And I mean, DeMarcus Ware picks up a guy and throws him down, and it was like, oh, that was a great play, except for you threw it on Sean Lee's toe and broke his toe, and he was out for the season.
Man.
And so, I mean, just weird stuff like that would always happen to him. And I don't mean that disrespect to Sean. I love Sean Lee, but I'm just saying that's a little different because it's like you guys had to.
Yeah, I mean, we dealt with some things like early on, like if he had the big injuries in the offseason, then we got used to it being it. But when he would play a little bit and we get so hype, and then boom, there goes a soft tissue. He's out for 5-6 weeks, and then he comes back. We play a little bit better, and then he gets injured again. It was just one of them up and down things.
But isn't that maybe one of the differences of this team? I mean, Dak's a different animal, but it doesn't seem like if you lose one guy, things are going to fall apart.
Not at all. I mean, look in the past, if we lost Tyron Smith. Oh, man, you see what happened with that Atlanta game a couple years ago. We lost Tyron Smith. The guy gets 6 sacks on us. Now we're such a deep team on both sides of the football. I mean, it's remarkable right now.
Yeah. One thing that I think also needs to be pointed out, though, about, where they are, and they've lost the one game, and they lost to Tampa Bay because they were like, you know what, we're not going to try to run this ball up the middle. We're going to go outside and all that. But I think it's people kind of forget. Zach Martin did not play in that game.
This is true.
And so, you get back to playing, you might have to face them again, and you might have to face them up there again. I don't think there's anybody scared of playing the Bucs again. I mean, and they should be. They're a great team. When you put Zach Martin back, you kind of get things rolling again. I think Micah Parsons is going to be a totally different player than he was. I mean, I just think. I'm not saying it will bring on the champs, but you might have to go through them, and I don't think anybody's scared about them. I think they'd run the ball. I think they would be okay being a little bit more two-dimensional than they were that game if they had Zach.
Without a doubt. And then you look at Tampa Bay's defense. Everybody coming in thought, this is going to be one of the best defenses in the National Football League. But after our game, I mean, they haven't been, great. I mean, they've been decent against the run, but guys have been putting up yards on this Tampa Bay team. I mean, they went up to New England. Yeah, it was a downpour, but Mac Jones played really well against this Tampa Bay team. So I'm with you on that one. I don't think, we should be scared of, Tampa Bay or anything like that. I think the team to beat in the NFC, though, has got to be Arizona right now. I mean, they have extremely quality wins out there. They're doing it on both sides of the football. And Kyler Murray, he's playing amazing.
Yeah, you wonder if they can sustain that. But so far,
they're passing every challenge.
Yeah.
But, and I said this yesterday on the break, and I said it to Darren Woodson, who joined us, and I was like, and I'm not trying to get ahead of yourself, but I think it needs to be pointed out when you look at the schedule that, there's not a lot of great teams. Nobody you would call they're a good football team. There's only two on the rest of the 11 games right now that you're just going to say they're a good team. And one of them's Kansas City. They're not playing great, but I think everybody, they're good. They're good. And Arizona's another one.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you can't lose to Minnesota or Denver or the Raiders. You can lose to those games. I mean, you almost lost this one.
Yeah.
Because they didn't play great early on. But I'm just saying the teams that are considered really good, the Cowboys. Cowboys. I mean, they should be favored in probably every game except for maybe at Kansas City. They may even be favored against Arizona.
At home. Could be the case. It is at home too.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna hear that Kyler Murray clip over and over about what he said.
I remember that.
All right, hey, Chris is yelling. He's demanding that we get some callers on the air.
Let's go.
All right, now, you guys know the rules. You guys have been calling before. Let's keep it short, quick. Get your question in. Nick, Barry, they don't want to listen to all this stuff. They want to hear the question and get the answers out. So let's go. What you got, Chris?
All right. So remember, if you go too long, you'll hear Jerry hang up on you. And that's right here.
All right, bye.
All right. So Jerry will hang up on you. First, I got Mike in New York.
Mike in New York. How you doing today, Mike?
What's going on, guys? Hey, Church, man, it's an honor to talk to you, buddy. One of the best safeties ever played for the Cowboys. But my question is, when are some of our defensive players coming back like Armstrong? I'm hoping after that bye. That's our key. We need them back.
That is right. Thank you, Mike. Thanks for the call. That's the way you do it. What do you guys think? Cowboys have some interesting roster decisions to make coming up, don't they?
They do.
What do you think about all these guys coming back?
I think it's so funny how you was like, when are we going to get these guys coming back with like Armstrong? You know what I mean? Like not Tank, but Armstrong, and he's not wrong. You know, man, God, it's hard to keep up with that. They didn't put Dorrance Armstrong on IR, I don't believe. I think he's
so.
No, he's not on IR because he was one of the inactives.
Okay.
So he's a guy, and that's important because you're right when you said they got all these guys that could come back. The Gallups, the Gallimore.
That could be a huge one.
You got to find some spots though. You got to find roster spots for them. You can't just bring them back. So, but yeah, I mean, when are they coming back? I'll tell you this: if it's not up, it should be soon. David Hellman's working on a story because yesterday they detailed just about every injured guy and kind of what the timetable was. So check out the website here in a little bit. But I think there's a good chance they're going to get some of these guys from Minnesota. I don't know about Gallimore. I don't think he's ready yet.
Him and Tank are a little further.
A little further off. Yeah, I'm not sure. When they're coming back.
Dorrance got to be soon though.
He got to be because he wasn't on IR. Yeah. And I can't wait to see Gallimore back in there. I mean, back in that interior defensive line because we showed a little bit of chinks in our armor. In that New England game because they were able to run the ball pretty well against us in the early part and then definitely towards the end when they were driving down the field on us. It was all Harris down the field, and they were running through us, the heart of our defense, right in the middle. So I'm excited. I don't know when he will come back, but I'm excited to see what he can be in there.
Is it set up him and Oso will be out there together?
Ooh, I think that'd be a nice tandem.
Or is it's not an either-or situation?
Well, they both, I think, sort of play a three.
Okay.
That's what. But
if those are your two best guys, though, don't you got to get them on the field?
Well, yes, you do. You do. I mean, I'm saying that, and I'm also like, well, remember when Micah was a linebacker? And I mean, they figured out ways to get these guys in different spots. I think you'll see Gallimore. I've never had an elbow injury, but I would imagine you got to have your strength and push right there.
Lock people out.
So this isn't one where you can, tape it up and you'll be all right because if you don't have your strength to push.
What about Tristan Hill? Is he coming back? Is we going to get a Tristan Hill sighting anytime soon?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
He's kind of, he wasn't drafted by this staff.
Yeah, he wasn't part of this regime.
You got to think they don't have a lot of invested in him. So who knows? But
I'm just. Every time I ask about it, I just kind of get, I don't know. So I'm just going to do that. I don't know.
When you have, as a player, when you have guys coming back like this, they've got such a the team now, such a good chemistry.
Yeah.
Does it require a little bit of massaging and getting kind of back into the groove and all that?
I would say so. I mean, I harken back to when Dak took over the program. We went 8 straight, and then you got a Romo coming back who's been leading this team for decades, or at least a decade, and then but it was just the momentum thing with Dak. I mean, you just can't mess up that chemistry right now. Now, quarterback is a much more important position than the defensive line and all that. I get that, but with the way these guys are rolling right now and how deep we are, I mean, do you just plug those guys in immediately when they get healthy, or do you kind of slowly put them in there and let them get chemistry with these guys that are already in there?
When was your last year with the team?
16.
So you were on that team?
I was on that team.
Hey,
yes,
I said this over and over, and I always say that there was a 3-yard tackle for loss that changed the entire franchise.
Really?
Yep. They played the Eagles like in week 5 or 6 in overtime, and Sean Lee makes a tackle on Darren Sproles out in the flat. And I'm telling you, without that tackle, the whole franchise is different, in my opinion.
All right.
Maybe there's a.
Do we want to be the domino fall here?
I think it is. Well, we can talk about it at another time. It may even be a documentary we can see.
Okay.
I'm just telling you. I mean, without that play,
Yeah.
I don't think the Cowboys win the game. Wow. And if they don't win that game, I mean, Dak finally was like, he's not playing well. He struggled that game, and then Romo's coming back. It's like, see. You do need the veteran out there.
Yeah.
But he makes that tackle. He pushed them out of field goal range. They couldn't kick a field goal to make it a 10-point game. It was 7. So now I pushed them out of field goal range. We just need to punt it. Dak, with 3 minutes to go, down 7. Drive. Touchdown.
Oh,
Overtime.
nice.
Drive. Touchdown. Look, Dak, magic. Did it again.
It was over.
And then Romo, the door, he closed the door to come back.
Wow.
Without that play by Sean Lee, they kick. Akers kicks a field goal. They win. They're up by 10. That's going to be the game. That play changed a lot because I guarantee you they were waiting on something to get Romo back in. But he just couldn't do it because he kept winning.
Well, I do think that Tank, Gallimore, these guys, they're not going to just be able to come back and they got their job. I mean, these guys have been playing. They've been balling out without them.
Even Lyle, like Jerry today on the radio, 105.3 was like, "We got a great situation."
That's a good problem to have.
Yeah, especially with Tyron on that other side, banged up. So
they better come back ready to play. Yeah. All right, let's take our first break. We'll take a lot more calls when we get back. The number is 888-855-2297. We'll be talking to you all when we return on Hangin' in the Cowboys Lounge.
I love it.
Honey, big news.
Gary, are you okay?
Oh, I'm not Gary anymore. I'm Jackie Flash.
What?
See, I want the latest smartphone, but the best deals are only for new customers. So, to get a new customer deal, I changed my name to Jackie Flash.
Okay, but the best smartphone deals at AT&T are for everyone, new and existing customers.
That's huge. Then guess who's getting a deal?
Is it Jackie Flash?
Jackie Flash.
It's not complicated. At AT&T, our best smartphone deals are for everyone. Restrictions apply. Visit att.com for details.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
The Cowboys way, where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships shows us what success looks like. Where turkey is always the second best part of Thanksgiving Day. Where we are all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans know it's our job to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys way.
Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation.
How great would it be to travel to watch the Cowboys win on another team's turf? Pretty great. But honestly, just watching the game from anywhere but your house would be fun. Even a hotel bar with some guy named Phil from St. Louis who thinks Oakland still has a team. So whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com. Proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
The official app of the Dallas Cowboys to get access to in-market games, broadcast mobile tickets, daily podcasts, live pregame and postgame shows, game updates, and more. Download in the app or Google Play stores.
Nice. All right, let's get right to it. Who you got, Chris?
I've got Mohammed from Kuwait.
Mohammed from Kuwait. All right. Mohammed is one of our steady callers. Mohammed, you got to keep it short today, though, my friend. We'll talk more when our whole game's back. So what you got today?
Jesse already told me off on Twitter that I was too long. I watched the 214 divisional with Green Bay. You remember that, Barry?
Yeah, I remember it fondly.
Yeah. I think the last regime left a lot of points on the ground. Compared to the last game that we played with the Giants, do you guys think that even if Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley didn't hurt, we could still beat them in that game? Thank you, and I'll hang up a little.
Thank you, Mohammed. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Thanks, Mohammed. Yeah, without a doubt. I think even with those guys being healthy as can be, I still don't think New York had anything for us. I mean, we started off a little slow, a little shaky, but overall, you just saw our talent kind of just lean on them, and they just couldn't withstand it anymore, defensively, offensively. So I don't think, even if Daniel Jones didn't get knocked out of the game, or Saquon didn't get that ankle injury, I just don't think they had enough for us. I think we were too loaded for them offensively, and defensively, we love taking the football away. So I don't think they had anything for us that week.
No, I mean, and the receivers too. I mean, they had a lot of receivers banged up, and then they got hurt even more. But no, I agree with that. Now, the first part of the question, 2014, is that what he said? 2014 left a lot of points on the board. I mean, honestly, as I love Tony. I respect, Tony Romo and his career, and I thought, he was amazing. But I do think that happened some. I think that he liked to pass the ball in there. He checked out of a lot of runs to get some pass. He was not dumb. He knows with stats and all that stuff. Yeah, you get judged by these things. And I've said this 100 times. I'll say it again. I said it yesterday, and I'll say it to you because we're not been on the show together, but I just think this is one of the more unselfish teams I've seen.
That's what I wanted.
With that 14 or this team?
This team.
Oh, yeah.
I think this team right now, and I think it starts with Dak. I don't think Dak cares if he throws it to Noah Brown or to Amari Cooper.
I wanted to ask you while you all were here. I mean, you covered team for a long time. You played, obviously, with the previous coaching staff. Right? You're seeing a true culture change here? And if so, who's driving that? Is it McCarthy? Is it Quinn? Is it Dak? I mean, what are you seeing?
Without a doubt, I think it's a combination of all of it. And without a doubt, it's definitely unselfish. Because if you look at that first game, Zeke was basically a tackle out there or a fullback. I mean, he was taking on blitzes, blocking, and he didn't blink an eye in the interview. You just say, you know what, whatever we got to do to win, that's what we're going to do. And then you had him splitting carries with Tony Pollard. Nobody batted an eye out there. So I think it's definitely a combination of all of them. I definitely give McCarthy credit for bringing this coaching staff in and not being overwhelming, not being overbearing, kind of letting them do their magic, letting Quinn work his magic with the defense, letting Kellen Moore work his magic with the offense. And I think as a whole, it just changed the culture of this team where nobody's selfish. Nobody, whatever we got to do to win is what we're going to do. And so far, it's been paying dividends for this Cowboys team.
And I love Dez, but Dez didn't handle that well when even on wins. Because the media will do it, we'll ask them. So great win. 2 catches for 14 yards. Are you okay with that? And he'd be like, no, I'm not okay with that. And what receiver is going to be okay? Mm-hmm. And so then it happens, and then you got a young quarterback. In the next game, Dez gets like 16 targets. Only catches like 7 or 8 of them, and it limits what you're trying to do. You got a quarterback that's like, okay, I got to get him the ball. I got to feed him. When now it's like, hey, if it's just going to be Schultz all day, I'll take it. Yeah. Oh, you want to stop him? Okay, I'll throw it to Noah Brown. I'll throw it to Cedric.
4th and 4.
Yeah,
you threw it to Sam Wilson.
Let's go win the game. And so now let's see what happens if they lose a game. One of those big 3 or whatever gets 2 catches for 19 yards, and then we'll see what happens. But I just don't think it's going to be that way. I think Cooper and CD, I think they have a great understanding of what they're trying to do.
Without a doubt.
You think Dak is, they talk about quarterbacks. It takes a while for the intelligence part of it to catch up with the physical part of it. Has Dak reached that point? Are we seeing?
I would say he's getting into that elite conversation, and the reason I say that it was a couple games ago. I don't know which game it was. Maybe it was the Panthers game, but you see he had caught that defense in a personnel to where, you know what, I can take advantage of this defense right now. Let's keep our foot on the gas. So instead of, subbing people in and letting them get a chance to sub people out, he did what Aaron Rodgers, what Brady would do. Oh, we can take advantage of it. Let's go ahead and go. And he waved Zeke back to the sideline. Like, you chill right there for a little bit. I'm going to take advantage of this. And that just shows me that his evolution of being a quarterback. Like, he's ready to take over things. He's ready to make checks at the line of scrimmage. You saw in that Tampa game, he checked out of, I think, 13 runs or whatever it was to get this offense in a more productive situation. So to me, he's definitely taking those leaps and bounds, and he's starting to creep his way into that elite conversation.
That answer right there is also the answer to your previous question.
Culture.
The culture.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who did he wave off?
Waved off Zeke.
He waved off Zeke.
Tell him to go back to the sideline.
And that's the point. I don't think no one's ever heard about that. No one cares. It wasn't a big deal. It wasn't nothing. Yeah. But it's like, hey, this is the smart thing to do is
Without
right here.
Yeah.
And a running back that also can embrace it and understand it. So this may take you back to another question. Who does it start with? I think it starts with Dak. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I give credit to McCarthy for coming in and not shaking it up. I got a young offensive coordinator that my quarterback loves. I've coached quarterbacks. I have great quarterbacks. But I'm going to let this kind of go like this. I'm going to bring my guy in here because I think he's going to be good. And guess what? He wasn't. Mike Nolan.
Right.
It just didn't work out. So, you know what? I had to fire my friend. I got another guy I'm going to bring in here. I think he's going to fix it. And he has so far.
Yes.
So the head coach gets credit. Now, I mean, he's getting crucified for game decisions. But, I mean,
they're winning
the game.
I didn't. Jason used to get it for when they lost. He didn't usually get it when they won. At some point he's going to get some credit.
We had this debate on our show and about is Dak elite, and Nate and Jesse were like, he's not elite till he wins in the playoffs. And I kind of saw it. I saw it as that's two different things. To me, right now, is he a top 5 quarterback? He's an elite quarterback right now in this league. And do you see a distinction in that? Do you think he's kind of reached?
Well, I mean, sorry, I feel like I'm dominating here. We got a former player here, but sorry, but in my opinion, he's got four problems in his way, and I don't mean a problem, but he's got guys that are playing at a high level that have won a Super Bowl, so he can't. There's no way that right now he can't. I mean, he could jump Roethlisberger even though he's won 2, but you can't jump Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Pat Mahomes because they.
See, you think Russell Wilson is playing better than Dak right now?
No, I would not say that.
He's number 1 in the league in quarterback rating. Now I know he got hurt, but he's number 1 in the league. Huh?
He's out 6 weeks.
He's out 6 weeks. So his quarterback rating's not going to go down. No, I mean, I'm not saying he's playing better. He's playing better, but I'm just saying Russell Wilson's still playing well, and he's got a Super Bowl, and he's been to 2. So it's hard to jump in there. But there's about 5 guys sitting there and Josh Allen is in it. He's in it.
So are we going career-wise or just this season?
Yeah,
right now.
It's kind of two different things. Again, I was thinking, Russell Wilson, is Russell Wilson elite because he had the Legion of Doom on the other side? I mean, it was who he's surrounded by,
Yeah, but
that's when he won his 1 Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
With the Legion of Doom.
But now he's surrounded by. He isn't surrounded by those guys. He's surrounded by his offensive guys. Can you name those guys? Those two.
I guess it's two different things.
No,
two different things.
I think Russell Wilson became an elite player. I really do.
Yeah.
I still think he is. I don't think he has a ton of help.
In his career, I think he's in his career. I think,
but he's not playing.
But now, I think Dak's one of the best.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
But also, the reason why I think Dak is one of the best is like this offense. Like I wouldn't trade anybody in the league really for Dak. I'm talking about what he's got, him, Kellen, and this offense and an understanding and that trust and all that. I mean, Mahomes has got way better, but resume. But I'm telling you, nobody's playing better than Dak.
If you put Dak on Seattle's squad right now, do you think he's still doing what he's doing with Dallas? Do you still think he'd be that guy?
I think he'd be good, but I think it's this combination of everything, and I think he makes these guys better. I mean, I don't know; those are hypotheticals.
I just argued against myself because I said maybe maybe Russell was elite because of who he had around him, and obviously Dak's probably elite because of who he has around him.
It's just the thing has been building, and they're playing at a great point right now, just because there's a lot of talk about what Belichick's going to take away. What's he going to take away from the Cowboys? And the real answer is you have to take away everything. Good luck, and you can't
pick your poison at that point
because they're just unselfish.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just gonna, he's gonna take. If you take away anything, they're gonna just exploit it the other way.
Yeah.
And so it's been great.
Chris, can we sneak in one more call for the break?
Of course you can.
All right, let's bring.
We're going to go to Nick's second favorite place besides Dallas.
Where?
Wichita Falls.
Bring it.
Allen and Wichita Falls.
Who? What's his name?
Allen.
What's up? Wichita Falls, man. Where are you? Like, where are you? What street are you on?
Right now, I am on Shepherd Air Force Base Access Road.
Oh, you're over there. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I went to college there. I went to school there. That's
in Texas?
Wichita Falls,
I had no idea.
2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not Kansas.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking of Kansas. Wasn't quite sure.
Yeah.
I'm stationed here in the Air Force and lifelong Cowboys fan from Montana.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. What do you got for us?
Man, there's so much going on, and y'all are talking about the eliteness of Dak Prescott, but I want to. I don't know if you probably been talking about Diggs all morning and all, but what does he need to show for his further progression? Personally, I would like to see maybe a peanut punch out of him, maybe on like a bubble screen. And one prediction with Diggs, I say he best Everson Wall's record at. I think he had 11.
He has 11.
Yep.
11.
I'm going to say he's going to get 12 this year.
All right. Thank you, Alan. Appreciate
12.
the call, man. So what do you think? What do you
peanut punch?
Peanut punch.
Talking about peanut. You know
Peanut
what that is?
Tillman, yeah.
If I was with my other showmates, you can the gutter. This show would go right in the gutter with the term peanut punch. You just know it would. Those clowns.
which, if we're really being honest,
Chris knows.
No. Let's just be honest. You took it there, Kurt. I mean, you can blame them. You can blame them, but
they're rubbing off.
But Peanut Tillman from the Bears. I think he's got a lot of room to grow. I mean, he's getting picks. I don't want to say this is a Chris Carter. All he does is catch touchdowns. Like all he does is get picks, but he is giving up some yards. He's got some.
One of the leading most yards.
Him and AB, AB.
And,
I mean, so they
most penalties among cornerbacks.
He's got some issues. I've heard some other players kind of say, he needs to get set a little bit, but he's got a game to him. I'll let you talk about defense back, but I feel like, man, he is a baiter. He's baiting guys to throw it at him. I think he's got this constant limp. I mean, he walks around like he's 70 years old.
Like he got bad knees.
Yeah, right. But like, throw it at me. Throw it at me. Hey, man, we didn't throw it at this guy. He's hurt. He's throwing him. Like, okay, watch this. So
don't take it off.
Yeah, but he's got room to grow, right?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, he's a young guy right now, and you saw a lot of ups and downs last year, when he was going against those top flight receivers. But to me, the game I love about him is he got that short-term memory. Like, he gets beat, but he's also able to come right back and make a play. And yes, he does have room to improve. I mean, we saw it out there. He takes a lot of gambles. So he reminds me of Asante Samuel, who played for the Eagles and played for the Patriots too. He would get you a couple times, but if you double move him, you can get him as well. So right now he's in that range, but to get to that Revis level, to get to that level to where guys don't even throw your way, he just has to be a little bit more consistent. And that's all I see right now, just a little bit more consistent. He loves to play off and bait a little bit. He loves to jam you up at the line of scrimmage as well. And he's super athletic. So he's relying on his athletic ability right now. And you could tell he's also been in his film study as well. Because, last year it was just like, all right, I'm just go out here and try to out-athletic you. But the way he's baiting guys when he's playing off coverage, you can tell he's just in his film study right now. So to me, he he has room to improve to be that ultimate lockdown corner. But right now, he's gambling a lot, and it's paying off for this Cowboys team.
You're willing to live with the risk.
Yeah, I mean, when you getting 7 picks, I mean,
as long as the rewards there.
Yeah.
It seems like it was a lifetime ago, but about the peanut punch. I mean, you asked DK Metcalf about it because he was trying to loaf his way into the end zone, and he came out and knocked that ball out. So he's got it. He's got it. If he gets beat, he just doesn't get beat a lot like that anymore.
That's true.
If he would have picked off that pass, I don't know what he was doing there. If he would have picked off that second pass. Yeah. Can you imagine what this would have been like? I mean, like,
talking about that New England move?
I'm talking about the ones that they gave up a touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, he had just picked off a pass to take the lead and maybe win the game. And then you take the lead, and then you get another pick, which he was right there. Yeah. If he gets that interception, like, it would have been insane.
Defensive player of the year.
42 long. That's what they would have asked him.
What?
42 long?
Oh, yeah.
Jacket. Put that jacket on.
Yeah, it would have been like, Jerry's like, we're going to have an announcement to make on the Ring of Honor. I mean, I know DeMarcus needs to get in, and Tony could get in, and maybe
jumps all of them.
But we're just going to put Diggs in right now.
Oh, man. Yeah, I haven't seen anything quite like it. I mean, in my time playing, it's a guy being that much of a ball magnet. I mean, you just don't see that.
Mickey does mix shots with Everson. And he keeps telling him, he's like, you're going down. Man. You're going down. 11's going down.
Only hope Everson got is if guys just say, you know what, I'm not messing with him no more. I'm not even throwing his way no more.
But the best part about that is that fine, do that. Don't mess with me. I'm taking your number one receiver. So your game plan, you just want to, like this week's going to be, or next week's going to be a great example. They got some players over there.
Both Jefferson and Thielen?
Yeah.
Man,
so he's going to, this is going to be a big test for Anthony Brown.
Huge.
I think you just kind of you got. I think he plays both. I think he just plays with one side. I don't know if he travels.
Because if you travel with the one guy, then they're just gonna try to eat off of the other guy.
Yeah.
So,
all right,
yeah,
Chris hollering me. We got to go to break.
Okay.
All right, we'll try to slip in a couple more calls when we get back on Hangin in the Cowboys Lounge.
There it is.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
Honey, big news.
Gary, are you okay?
Oh, I'm not Gary anymore. I'm Jackie Flash.
What?
See, I want the latest smartphone, but the best deals are only for new customers. So, to get a new customer deal, I changed my name to Jackie Flash.
Okay, but the best smartphone deals at AT&T are for everyone, new and existing customers.
That's huge. Then guess who's getting a deal?
Is it Jackie Flash?
Jackie Flash.
It's not complicated. At AT&T, our best smartphone deals are for everyone. Restrictions apply. Visit att.com for details.
It's game day. You know what that means. First, kebab prep. Steak, pepper, onion, steak, pepper, onion. Next, a counterclockwise lap around the room. Now the lucky grease-stained jersey goes on. And lastly, the dance. You know the one. This is a game day ritual no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com and keep the tradition alive and well. Hotels.com, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hi, I'm Clint Tillison with United Ag and Turf. When there's work to be done, a real workhorse can make all the difference. Like the Range Boss package. Our 5075E John Deere 75 horsepower tractor features a bell spear and loader and starts at $369 per month. And the price you see is the price you'll pay. No surprises. It works like a horse, so you don't have to.
Visit UnitedAgAndTurf.com. Offer ends February 1st, 2021. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Now, let's get to work.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
All right, let's make the team here, Kurt.
All right.
Well, not you, but Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders making the team. You need to watch.
Look good in that?
You need to watch. No, probably not. Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders making the team is back for another exciting season. Don't miss new episodes every Friday at 9/8 Central, only on CMT. Barry, is the making the team? Is that your favorite reality TV show to watch right now?
That along with the Real Housewives of Orange County.
Okay.
You know, I go back and forth between those two.
Hold on, I'm trying to set you up here. Yeah. Any other reality TV shows you can watch?
Wait.
Golly.
Season 41.
There we go.
My boy Danny McCray, the ultimate survivor. That went over my head a little bit right there.
Gave you a softball. You're like, yeah, Orange County.
Go check out my boy Danny, man.
Right.
Season 41.
All right, Chris.
At least we know where you really watching there. God, I want to see your TiVo.
I don't know if y'all want to see that.
Who you got on the phone?
I got Philippe in
Philippe,
France.
bonjour,
Hey,
Philippe.
friends, what's up?
What you
Hi
got?
guys, how you doing?
Good. What's on your mind?
Okay, it's good to talk to the best Dallas Cowboys show again.
Thank you.
I just have a simple question. Who are the players on the bubble when the big names come back from IR? Please, Kurt, tell Shannon I've been quick. Take care, be safe, and
Thank
go
you,
Cowboys.
Philippe. Have a good one. Thank you, sir.
Man,
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Who's on the bubble of coming back, of getting the boot when these guys start coming back?
That's tough. I mean, because you got so many coming back, right? You got Gallimore, you know, maybe a Tristan Hill in there. I mean, it's...
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the defensive tackle, I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying, like in the offseason, we were like, who's all going to make this team? I mean, like you have Brent Urban, you have Carlos Watkins, and you've got Gallimore, and then Tristan Hill comes back, and you got Osa, and you got Bohanna, and so you got about 6 guys there. I don't know if you can keep 6 guys.
Is Kamara still?
Kamara,
Kamara, one of those guys. I mean, and the good thing is there's 17 practice squad spots.
Yeah.
And
that's true.
So you can move these guys kind of down for that.
What about Kelvin Joseph?
I mean, he's
got to come back.
He's going to get back into the mix here, and I just don't think you change any of those defensive backs because you got these young guys. You're not cutting Nashawn Wright. You're not cutting McQuamu.
Right.
I wouldn't cut McQuamu.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I like his game.
I like his game a lot. I got to know the rules a little bit. They changed. They brought Sprinkle up, and I think you signed him. So I think when you sign a guy, I think he's got to be on the roster 3 weeks from the practice. I think that's still the rule.
He wasn't just a game day guy.
No, he ran out of game day elevations. You can only do it 3 times.
See, I didn't know that.
So him and Ross twice.
Wow.
But a couple times they got moved up because of COVID.
COVID.
Okay.
So they've been working this system good, but they signed him, and so I don't know if he can be cut.
So wait, once you get moved up, you can only get moved up and moved back twice.
Like a game day elevation, they can only move you up 2 times.
And then you have to clear waivers.
And you clear waivers to get back.
Do we know if Brandon Knight cleared waivers? Nobody.
It's a good one. I can't imagine they're going to let him go. He's got versatility.
Yeah, I was a little surprised they.
Me
but
too.
I guess with Collins coming back, he's still playing well.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to give Inseki some props too.
Yeah,
he came out there and played all right.
Surprised.
But man, I like Brandon Knight. I always call him the bouncer, man. He just looks like a guy at the club. He just has T-shirt with
no white tees.
This says staff on the back.
Little Mark Colombo to him, maybe.
Exactly.
That's a good comp.
And he plays that way.
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm not really like, what's your 40 time? I don't know, but let's fight.
Yeah.
Let's see who gets out on top.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't care. Let's just
let's throw these blows.
Chris, let's get another call in.
I've got Maurice in Washington.
All right, Maurice.
Mo.
Washington State, Washington, D.C.
Doing?
What's going on?
Yes, no, Washington State,
All
home
right.
of Washington.
All right.
Hey, are you going to apply for a head coaching position over there?
Nah.
You hear about that?
Stay right where I'm at.
There you go.
Yeah, they fired him.
They fired like 4 coaches
wow.
on Washington State because they don't have COVID.
Hate to see.
All right, sorry, Mo.
Yeah, what you got, Mo?
Hey, my question is about the line. I'm a fan of always having the best 5, and I've noticed that Connor Williams and Biotis they're tending to struggle a little bit up front, especially against the bigger guys. What do you guys think about having maybe Collins come and play the guard, and maybe McGovern getting some of them center snaps and leaving that big run blocker still out there at the tackle? That's my question. I'm going to get off and listen to y'all.
Thank you, sir.
Well, our producer, Chris Beam's going to love that. He's been kind of hinting at that.
Best 5.
I did not load the deck.
I know. I know.
That's what his question was.
He's been saying that. And
have they? We see the bad plays that pop up, obviously, but I mean, Connor had a rough game last time, but overall, big picture, I mean, the line has played pretty. I mean, they've been solid.
Very solid. Very solid. I mean,
they're kind of a speed kind of technique line, not a muscle you.
Not a big mauler, big mauling type.
That's a problem. It's a problem when you get in the red zone there because you don't your play action doesn't work. Where are you going? You're not going deep. You're on 2. Yeah. So you got to push people back. And they had 4 chances against New England, and they didn't. And I
from the 1.
Yeah, from the 1. Yeah. And honestly, I mean, I think Biotish, he's just not bigger than these guys.
He ain't got enough bricks in his pocket.
So why do they keep trying to do that?
Well, they're trying to put him in there.
No, trying to just maul guys.
No, I mean arrogance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, seriously,
they're trying to say, "Oh, we're bigger.
We're going to play big boy football."
And here's our fastball.
You would think they would go counters with it or something to use their athleticism, get people off balance.
But you got to remember, they came back in the third quarter. They got down to the 1, first down, and threw it up to CD for a touchdown. Yeah. So they fixed that, or they at least altered their plan. I would have thought after the first 2 times getting stopped, But
can you see that as a problem going forward?
But hold on, let me go back to that. There's a little bit more. This is the managing the game part. Okay, you want to score down there, but you also want to score and take out the clock. So when he got stopped on the first 2 times on the first and second down, I was like, this is good because it's 40 seconds going off the clock. Eventually, they're going to score, right? Third down. And I think Dak did get in. I think he got in.
Yeah,
but they didn't call it.
You on that
they didn't call it. But so I'm just saying, you're also trying to run some clock. So that's what, you want to score a touchdown. But, I mean, they got a problem there in the center. You want to move Lyle to left guard?
I mean, I'm all about best 5. And Lyle, I mean, isn't that what he played in college at LSU? He was a guard, right? Coming out?
No,
was he a guard?
No, he played guard. He played guard his first year.
That's okay. Yeah, here he played his first guard here.
Yeah, he had that block against Seattle that, from a guard position everyone talks about.
Do you think he would be a better solution at guard?
See, I'm not sure about that. See,
was it Connor Williams in there right now?
Yeah, it's really easy to say best 5, but that doesn't mean Lyle Collins didn't get here because of guard.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's like saying, well, look at all these wide receivers. Let's make one of them a running back. Well, let's make one of them a tight end. Well, that doesn't because we want to get our best receivers. Well, that doesn't mean he can play tight end. Yeah. So that doesn't mean the guy can play guard.
Do you think he can play better than who we got in there right now? Because he was getting destroyed a little bit on that interior part. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. He was getting destroyed.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to see a change of center. I want to see McGovern play center, but then again, who's your fullback? We're gonna rob Peter to pay Paul here. What's their fullback?
They should have gave him some work down there. Man. Give him the ball.
He's gonna get the rock.
I hope he does.
Chris says we got one more call. We got to get.
All right.
Who you got, Chris?
I've got one more caller because I got Gordon in New England.
Oh, okay.
Gordon, New England.
What's up, Gordon?
Carrying the flag.
He's probably walking around with his, walking around like Connor McGovern.
All right.
Connor McGregor.
What's up, man?
Man, my blood pressure's still sky high.
All right.
I'm going to take responsibility for that 4th and 1.
You?
I'm taking it because I asked for it. All the years of Jason Garrett playing safe football, we as Cowboy fans get a little spoiled. I think that McCarthy is telling his team, go for it. I trust you. I believe in you. We can do it. And these young boys are getting it done. So I think all these questions that we're having, just enjoy the win.
Yeah,
just
enjoy the win. I agree with you on that one. We got to enjoy the win, but I still wouldn't have went for it.
All right, bye.
On the 4th and 1 at the 39-yard line. Thanks for the call.
On the first drive.
Yeah. I still wouldn't have gone for it. I mean, a win is a win. So I mean, hey, let's celebrate a win. But I want to win.
As players, do you like that though?
Defensively, I'm like,
it doesn't work.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. Defensively, I'm like, come on, man, because we got these guys outmatched. We got them outmatched. Don't give them an opportunity. But I understand. But I understand why he did it as well. I mean, you got the two of your backs are top 10 in the National Football League in rushing, and you got one of the best offensive line. So I can understand why he did it. But to me, I would have just punted it and let my defense work. Because I mean, once they did that and New England stopped them, you gave New England all types of momentum, another chance to go out there, and they went and scored. And I mean, I think that game that gave them a little bit more momentum towards that game. Now we ended up getting a dub, so a dub is a dub, and I'll take it. But right there in that situation, I think I would have punted it.
Yeah, I think you made a good point there. I mean, I was okay going for it because I didn't think they would get stopped.
Yeah.
But they got stopped.
Yeah.
And
How about some of those on the goal line? Would you have kicked it?
No, I wouldn't have. But the worst thing happened. If you're going to get 2 turnovers in the red zone, typically though, it's not the worst thing in the world because of where they're pinned up.
Yeah.
They threw a pick in the end zone. The guy ran it out to like the 25. And then they fumbled into the end zone for a touchback. I mean, let's say Dak just got stopped at the 1.
Mm-hmm.
I like my chances.
Yeah,
I like my
without a
chances
doubt.
with my timeouts. They're not going to do anything. They're going to punt it to midfield or whatever, and you're going to get a chance to probably go do something again.
Yeah.
So, it was unfortunate, but I like the going for it. I think Dak got in third down, but
Yeah, I'm with you. I definitely think
but they didn't
got
call
in.
it.
Yep. All right. Well, I think we made it.
Ah,
They
man,
made
we're
45.
done.
Oh,
more
time
calls,
flies, man.
More calls than we've taken on the Cowboys break in like the whole season.
I didn't even know we were allowed to take calls.
Yeah,
We'll,
if I don't talk so much, you probably would.
There it is.
That's our problem too.
We've got more changes coming tomorrow. You're going to
Cowboys. No, you're going to Talking.
Talking, yeah, I'll be
Cowboys.
talking
We'll have
early.
Danny McCray back in here with us.
Ultimate
Nick and I will be
Ultimate
back.
Survivor.
Yeah, naked
Shannon?
and afraid, right?
Yep.
Turning on. Nick and I will be back. Shannon, if he survived Vegas, will be here. So,
He'll
but I
be
enjoyed this
Survivor.
today,
It's been
guys. Good show.
Yeah,
Thank
good
you.
show.
Mr.
No, man, it was
Eatman,
nice and
Mr. Barry
smooth.
Church.
Nice and smooth.
Love it. So thank you, Chris, for handling the calls, keeping us on. Thank you, Aaron, for whatever it is you do back there behind the wall.
The stash.
Thank you, bro Will. Get us on the air right. I appreciate it. And to all you fans out there, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back here tomorrow, hanging with the boys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?